Richo, let the competition begin. So I'm going to start with a fish and prawn pie that I think you're going to love. I think it's quite different to anything you would make.
I'm sure I'm going to love it, but will it be good enough to beat my pie?
That's the challenge. I have complete faith, and I think everyone at home does too. I'm starting off like any good pie does with some onion and some garlic in the pot just to get some nice flavour in. And then, Richo, I'm going to get you to please dice zucchini and carrot for me.
I can do that for you.
I put zucchini and carrot in because it bumps up the veg quantity, but you could literally put anything into this pie that you wanted to. So I sometimes throw in potato, diced a similar way.
Good.
Every rainbow counts, so you can chuck lots of veggies in here and it's all good for you, Richo. That's why my pie's going to win.
It's got a good chance because I'm loving the prawns and I'm loving the fish and lots of veggies as well. So lots of flavour, that's a good thing.
Yes, plenty of flavour.
I'm loving the flavour out of the onion and garlic. That's a good way to start. Gives it the sweetness and the caramelised flavour. So you're well and truly in the game still.
He's basically saying I've won before we've even started. That's what I'm hearing on this side of my face.
Just in the game, that's all I'm saying.
When you've done those, they can go in, but I'm going to throw in corn, just canned corn, canned peas. Remember, all of these count in your veggie intake. It doesn't matter if it's frozen. It doesn't matter if it's from a can. It's all good for you.
Now, you've got some prawns here and they're on a chopping board. Do you want me to cut them at all?
I would. Could you possibly cut them in half? This just adds a little bit of fanfare.
Okay.
Some chunkiness, because the fish tends to break down.
Now, if you're not using barramundi and prawns, you could use scallops, you could use clams, you could use salmon.
You could. This is actually rockling.
Rockling? Oh, I like it. OK, looks like barramundi.
I'll just tell the chef what kind of fish it is.
Okay,
I don't expect you to know it from...
It's harder to pick the species of fish when it's been skinned and diced up. But it looks sort of like barramundi.
Excuses, Richo,
but barramundi would be a little bit darker, I agree with you.
Yeah. Just want to soften the carrot and zucchini so when you bite into your delicious, glorious winning pie, it's not really got hard veggies in it. Now, at this point, I throw in the rockling.
Oh, I've been schooled on this one, haven't
I? You have. Preeya forgets nothing. You don't want to overcook this. This is fish and prawns, and they're going to go in the oven, which is already preheating to 180 degrees. So you give it a little toss, and then you go to your milk and your flour. Now, you might think, what is she doing, Adrian? But this is all you need to make a glorious pie, please.
In goes. So you've got wholemeal flour there.
Yes.
And that's
little tweak.
That's the thickening agent that you use to thicken up the mixture inside the pie. Very nice.
Correct. Yes. Like and see how I used wholemeal, so it's a little bit better for you.
Nice. I like that a lot. And you've got the white creamy milk that's going to give it a lovely luscious white sauce to go with it.
Correct. This actually adds a lot of flavour, I have to say. And the other thing I do, which you think seafood, why is she doing this? But I promise you it takes it to the next level, is just a little pinch of cheese.
I like
goes
that.
in.
A little bit of cheese gives it some lusciousness and creaminess.
It does, yes, and some stringiness when it comes out.
I like that a lot.
I use some Veggie as well. I use this often at home to just add a little bit of, extra flavour punch for everybody.
It's a great seasoning as well. There's a little bit of salt in there. So I notice you haven't put any salt in here.
It's coming from that, but I am going to put pepper. The Veggie adds a bit of salt, but it also just takes it to the next level, I think, in terms of flavour. As
soon as you put it in there, it smells like my nonna's cooking. She used it a lot, so there'd always be a little sprinkle of that in there, and it just brings back that flavour, that sensation of nonna's cooking.
So that's done, Adrian. The katafi topping is what we move on to next. So all I do with this at home is cut it up, tease it out.
OK, gotcha.
Toss it with some olive oil, season with a bit of salt and pepper. And we chuck it on top of the pie.
I like katafi pastry. It's really crunchy and crispy and really, really easy to do. But you're right, you do have to tease it like this because it's got these big clumps here.
Yes.
And it just have to let it come up to room temperature and pull it apart. Takes a couple of minutes. Now, I put salt and pepper in here. You want me to do that?
Perfect, go for it.
A little pinch of salt, a little twist of pepper on there. And I'm using the olive oil, drizzle that on there like that. Like filo pastry, you need that oil to make it fry and crisp up and then pull it apart. Now, I'm just going to pop it on there like that. Nice and light.
Just note the rainbows. Look at how beautiful that is. That's just goodness.
It is good. And you know what? I really love the smell that's coming from the seafood and that lovely creamy white sauce.
Pies, I think, have this real connotation of being not good for you, and I don't look at food like that. I would say I've just adapted this slightly. I haven't put pastry all around it. You're using olive oil on the katafi to kind of, moisten it slightly. So you can make little tweaks, and goodness me, you can enjoy a pie.
Let's get it in the oven. Let's see how this cooks.
Let's do it. here, Richo, is a winning fish and prawn pie.
It smells fantastic.
Good, I'm glad. And look at that beautiful golden top.
The katafi pastry is really crisp, and the way it colours up like that over the top of it is fantastic.
And here, Richo, is the absolute gloriousness on the plate. Look at those rainbows. Look at that topping. Let's get a tiny bit more of this beautifulness and just sneak it. This is the beautiful thing about this pie. Look at that.
I'm going to pop this in the side here like
A
that.
peluche of parsley.
You're learning, you're learning.
I am. I'm picking up the Richo-isms. Go, please.
One for you, one for me. I'm loving the look of it. You know, that really sort of wispy katafi pastry over the top of it. And it's amazing how the pie mix is thickened up beautifully. It's really sort of chunky and it smells fantastic. It really has a beautiful smell of the sea. It's fantastic.
You know, that is all you need to get a really good dose of nutrition in your dinner. So there's no side salad, you're getting plenty of veg.
And I love the fish is cooked beautifully. I've got a little piece of prawn there and the rockling, really nicely cooked. Lovely balance of flavours there. Everything here tells me it's
A winner.
almost a winner.
A winner.
Almost.